Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So, word of caution: it is July the 4th, so markets are closed. Futures are open, but overall the markets in the US will be closed. So, we're purely futures trade at the moment. So, the question is: do we have a flag break retest brewing, or do we have a channel forming? If you look at the oscillators at the moment, you start to think that we have a bit of a channel forming. We are bearish. There's no two ways about that from a moving average perspective, but look at the oscillators starting to cross over quite far, not very far apart, but they are far apart. So normally that is an explosive, some sort of explosive move to the upside. So at the moment, if we just start drilling down, well, first let's just get to the weekly. So the weekly was a pretty big range bar above the 155. I think that is a key thing that you need to understand. And the next thing is there is your swing high at the moment. So if we start dropping down through the time frames here, and you can see there that swing high lines up there with a weekly level, and we're sort of bouncing around on this area here, which looks like we are finding support. You can see we found support last week and then dropped below it, then tested it again, and then eventually closed above it. So this is kind of your line in the sand, but it's kind of very difficult to trade that in the futures market. So the European session is probably the only one that's going to offer any sort of movements that you may be able to trade. I think this is more of a cautious setup. You can see there was a bit of selling coming in, and then sort of this little rally here is more than likely profit taking, just so that the bears weren't holding it over a long weekend. So that's kind of the structure that we can see at the moment. Bit of a gap down, so there is a bit of a magnet to the upside. I'd be watching this pretty much on the 15 minutes if you're going to trade it in the morning. But typically what I find is during the European Open, it'll bounce around a bit and then just fizzle out. So my advice really is just sit and wait for tomorrow. It is public holidays, wait for that. But if you are going to trade this, you've got a gap as a target to the upside, and then you've got this trend line to the downside as a target as well. And typically what you're going to be waiting to do is watch that range during the European Open. Breakdown, you're looking at a move to the downside. Break up, you're probably looking at gap close. I don't think you'll take out the highs of Friday. You may, but I think the highs of Friday will hold up price, and the lows, you've got quite a bit of a way to go, but I don't think you'll take out the lows of Friday either. So you're pretty much, in my view, just going to bounce around here between the structure that you can see on the 15 minutes. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Sitting tight, not really interested in it while it is a public holiday. You're not going to get the trading volumes this afternoon. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.